guys, what's up? It's Destry. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm in my greenhouse and it's a new year. It's 2024. Happy New Year. It's actually New Year's Day as I'm filming this, and I'm realizing as I was hanging out in my greenhouse today that I need to do some major organizing, purging, and kind of selection of my plant collection. So to keep it clean and simple in this new series that I'm doing here on my YouTube channel, this is something that I needed some accountability to actually complete. So here we are. It's time to get started. Let's do this. So I'm going to kind of take you around, show you the current state of things, kind of share with you some of my plants, and then tell you kind of what my plan is here. So first of all, this is a Macrame greenhouse, and I did winterize it with my husband. And so I will drop a video in the description here, which shows us doing that. So right now my greenhouse has a tarp over the top, and unfortunately that is trapping a lot of moisture, and I'm noticing a lot of mildew. So for instance, this was a beautiful house plant that I had, and I just had to cut all the foliage off because it was completely mildewed. This is a olive tree that I have, and it's doing really well. My succulent collection here, I have a plan for this, but you can see, or hopefully you can see, but I am struggling with some mildew in my greenhouse, and this happens kind of every year. This is one of my cressulas, which I hopefully by the time I post this, I'll have posted my video about jade plants. So this is another variation of cressula, but you can see all of the the dead foliage here that I just kind of, I kind of picked some of this off. It's all rotted. And I just have kind of a lot going on with my succulent collection. So one of my goals for this new year to keep it more clean and simple is to sort of edit this down, get rid of all these containers. I used to really like thrifting containers, and I have a lot of cool ones, but I don't know, I'm kind of over it, what I'd like to do is just have one or two really nicely done collections of these succulents and kind of, pare down some of this. Down here at the bottom, I have some plants that are overwintering. So, these are doing okay. Here's another one that I lost. So this was a beautiful monstera, and it rotted. It actually froze one night in here because we didn't realize the heater had turned off, and then it rotted. These are some lantana that I have to winterize in the greenhouse. They don't winterize from the outside. So I do have some, this is a geranium that I'm overwintering. And then I've got some of my collection of Japanese maples. So I've gone a little crazy with the Japanese maples. I have too many of them at this point. These ones are 2 years old. These ones are the ones I just planted up last year. And that's not all of them, folks. I also have 2 more trays of them here and here. So they are in a dormant state right now. So they just look like little sticks, little twigs. But I think in the spring when they leaf out, I'm going to either give some of these away or try to sell them or give them, put them on a Facebook, free group or something like that and try to get rid of some of these. Over here, I do have 2 of these Dichondra Silver Falls that actually are overwintering pretty nicely for me, but I think I'm going to go ahead and, trim some of the foliage back because what I'm trying to do is just overwinter the plant in here. And I have noticed, again, it's getting a little bit mildewy in here. So it's a fine balance in here of watering things and not. So for example, here is a, this one here got too dry, this silver dollar eucalyptus. So what I tried to do with some of them is just, cut them down here so that hopefully they will branch out next spring. I lost a jade plant here that I cut real far back, and it's kind of trying to rebound. I do have one monstera here that's looking really good, and I'll probably move it indoors as well as this one. I think I'm going to move it indoors to my houseplant collection. Let's see. I have a fern here in a really pretty, I want to say tureen. Is that the word? No. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm just going to pop this in the ground somewhere and get it out of there. So, and then I do have the cyclamen. So I did do a little rescue mission and save all my cyclamen. So these aren't too bad, but some of them didn't make it, and they are starting to mildew, or continuing to mildew, I should say. So what I need to do is kind of, I think, get these potted up more like these two where they're just a solo pot and they might have better luck. I've got a really pretty geranium down here. It's right next to my heater, so that's probably why it's doing so well. Another geranium. I do have a monstera, my big monstera, and unfortunately you can see I lost like a whole half of it. So what I'm thinking with this one, it's pushing this little aerial root right here. So I'm thinking I'm literally just going to clip that off, repot this part, and then take both of these big branches down here and just cut them really short and see if it will come back for me in the spring. I don't know. But unfortunately it did not do real well. And again, that was because this heater, which is hooked up to a thermostat, it had turned off one night accidentally. I don't know, lost power or something, and it turned off. So here's a part of my greenhouse that I really want to focus on. I mean, all of it needs organization, but this area right here should be more of my, you know, tools and stuff like that. And right now it's just like a hot mess express. Another Dichondra Silver Falls, which I'm really happy with how they're wintering over. Actually, they're doing really well. I started up here. You can see this did not look like this a minute ago. I have a garbage bag in here. I have this really cool Plant Mom, you know, container that I painted. But you know, I just have a lot. And then this is my workstation. So this is what I need to have cleared off in order to do my seed sowing for the spring. So you can see it's not in any condition to do that. One thing that I does work really well is I have these two containers down here, and they're on wheels. I got them on Amazon. I'll see if I can find something similar. And in here I have my dirt. So I have my seed starting mix in here. And then usually on the other side, I just have my regular potting mix. But you can see I can't even like get to anything. So I need room. I need to like condense some of this over here. So this part of my greenhouse is a hot mess, and I need to get control back of this situation and get some organization going. So this plant rack over here is doing all right, but again, I've noticed some issues. So this one, this is a lemon cypress and it's mildewing, and here it's molding. So I don't know quite what to do about that. I think I just might let it go completely. Sorry, my dogs are of course out here and being crazy. I've got another, you know, another jade. I've got some more. These are two of my bigger of the Japanese maples. I do have another jade here. I lost this. I don't know what it was. It was some random house plant, so I'm going to ditch that. And I just have like a lot. There's just a lot going on this rack. Now, I do have this gorgeous, it's doing so well. It's done so well since I brought it out here. It's my aloe vera. It seems to be doing okay. I don't see any mildew issues on it. And then I have this really pretty plant. I'll try to find, oh wait, here's the tag for it. It's this red tiger flowering maple, otherwise known, I think it's a Japanese lantern plant is what it's called. And it is doing so well out here. It probably needs a bigger pot. Down here you can see I've got more of the, you know, aloe vera. I've got just like these little pots of succulents kind of like everywhere, just like interspersed. Like here's another one down here, and it's great, but it's a little like overwhelming, right? Like here's another one. These are beautiful succulents. They're doing well, but they're just kind of, I can't even see them or appreciate them, right? Over in this area, this is my little sitting area, which, by the way, this is just a pot that I got at Walmart that's turned upside down. That's my little table. And a couple more plant stands. I'm overwintering some of this, what's the name of it, you guys? I'm blanking. But it's doing really, really well. It's a proven winners, and it seems to be doing well. I don't see any mildew issues with it, thank goodness, because it's doing so well. I'll think of the name of it and pop it on the screen. I've got a lemon tree here, which this one's almost ready, you guys. I'm just waiting for it to get a little softer, but look at all my lemons. Again, they seem to be doing okay, but I probably need to fertilize and maybe up pot that. Another geranium, another lantana, and then more jades and aloe vera down here. So that jade's looking a little wild too. Could probably use some trimming back. Up here's a couple jades I'm trying to save. I cut them way back. They were diseased. They're sort of bouncing back, but sort of not. So it's like I need to probably make some decisions. Like I can't keep every single plant, and I tend to do that, right? I tend to like propagate, and then I have more, and then I propagate again, and then I have more. And right now I just feel like I have too much. I mean, is it okay for a plant parent to say that? Like, it's too much. I need to, get rid of some of these, give them away, ditch them, and some of them I want to keep until the spring, right? Like my geraniums, I want to keep those, and they will continue to bloom. But there's also a lot here that I could probably get rid of or plant out in the ground or just give away. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And like I said, primarily this area here. And I'm not going to get done with this in one day, right? Like this is going to be a project. This is going to take a couple days, a lot of decision making, a lot of moving around. And it is kind of a small space because I have all these racks in here. So I'm going to have to get after it. But I thought I'd start it today. So I wanted to kind of show you the before of how it's looking. And yeah, I'm going to get going on it. And hopefully in the after, I'll have some pretty cool things to share with you. And I just noticed, look at this succulent that went to bloom and I think has seed pods. See, this is the kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need to plant that, but yet I want to. Here's another one, right? Like these fell off of my Christmas cactus, but I can't just throw them away. I have to like stick them in dirt. And I've got a problem. I've got a problem. Am I the only one? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Okay guys, it's time to get real here, and it's time to get organized because my goal for 2024 is to be fresh and simple. Here we go. Also, before I get started, I do have garbage bag. I have a pot. This is going to be for any like plants I'm getting rid of or anything like that, any natural materials so that I can compost it. And then I do have this box too that I can kind of box up some of these smaller pots and stuff that I'm not using. And I think I'm going to store them someplace else, right? They need to be out of here. So I have some newspaper to wrap up any pots. I have a random bag. Anyway, so I've got some supplies ready. So let's get going on this. I think I'm going to start back here in my, what is supposed to be a potting bench, which right now is a junk shelf. All right, guys, so it's actually a couple days from my initial video. And you know, I still have a lot of things, but look how clean this is over here. I am ready to start my seed sowing. I'm actually going to be doing some winter seed sowing in my next video, so stay tuned for that. I went ahead and put my Dichondrostovler falls over there hanging up. I've got some of my kind of cute stuff over here, some supplies. I am going to go ahead and pot something up in these little pots here. I've got my seeds, my signs, and yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I did end up cutting the Monstera here, and I'll show you I repotted that other piece. Down here I've got some Aussie Doodles. Hey, what do you guys got? What are you tearing up? Oh my, oh my. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so I've got some of my plants down here, some of the ones I'm overwintering, the lantana, and you know, I cut some things back. Here's that lantana I cut back so that I could kind of just, you know, get things off the floor. Here, Milo, stop. Stop. He's into my seashells. I've got some seashells and rocks down there. And then this pot I'm going to be using for an upcoming video, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm actually going to be simplifying some of my succulent collection. So my succulent collection over here, I'm going to be kind of ripping some of these apart. That sounds kind of harsh. I'm going to be deconstructing some of these little like fairy gardens and stuff that I've accumulated and simplifying, and I got this pot to do that in. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming. I'm going to repot this plant here into something a little larger. But yeah, everything's looking, I would say, a lot more clean and fresh and organized. I did bring the vacuum in. I vacuumed everything up. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. I definitely have, you know, the floor is a lot cleaner. You can see I've got 2 rugs down, so, you know, there is a little bit of a trail of kind of dirt and mud, but you know what? It's greenhouse. I did vacuum it really, really well. Hey, Milo and Max, could you stay out of my stuff? Hey, Max, get out of there. Get out of there. Again, I've got some trimmings here of some succulents and stuff that I might try to propagate, but I might not. I might just get rid of them. I've got a little garbage bag set up for future garbage. But yeah, everything's looking really good. I've got my little apron here that sometimes I like to put on. I've got my gloves and my clippers. This is the Monstera that I, you know, trimmed off the 1 or 2 leaves that were still in good shape, and I repotted them, and they're looking good. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about the space now. I think it really needed to be refreshed. And now, you know, I did eliminate quite a few plants and sort of just tidied everything up. I also put the majority, except for, I guess, this tray of some of my more unique, I wouldn't say bonsai, but yeah, they're kind of like a bonsai tree. You know, ones that I've kind of worked on a little bit more, I kept in here in the greenhouse that have the stems that I've been sort of manipulating. But the most of the Japanese maples I put outside because they should be able to survive just fine. And yeah, so my next time in business is all these succulents. So like I said, stay tuned for an upcoming video where I'm going to address those. But I'm feeling really good about the space now. I'm feeling like I have some sense of organization and some cleared off areas where I can start doing my seed sowing, because that's where my priority is right now. I'm going to start doing my winter seeds first, my cold hardy seeds in some milk jugs, and I'll be sharing that with you. And then I'll be doing my seed trays. So I'm super excited for how it turned out. I hope that, you know, watching a video like this, watching someone else organize and clean is motivating to you. I know it is for me. And I hope that you have, if you have sort of a planty area in your home or, you know, a workspace that you need to clear out, I hope this gave you some motivation to just get after it, you know, start doing some decluttering, start doing some purging, and, you know, try to make it a little bit more manageable for you. More to come on this project, but I'm feeling really good with what I got done today. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you need me, I'll be hanging out in my greenhouse. See you guys next time.